Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica and we are Unite Inside, and we help people unite with all the parts inside of them. In this video, I will talk about intuition. We will discuss what intuition really is and what are reasons that can block you from connecting with your intuition, and what can you do to reconnect back into your intuition. Okay, so let's begin. Intuition. What is intuition? So intuition is basically, you can look at it as the source of truth that you have within you. It's the source of truth, and it's the inner compass, inner guidance that you have inside of you. Okay, it is your truth. It is your, it's actually coming from your higher self. So your higher self, your spirit guides, source energy, it basically gives you messages in your intuition. That's why your intuition is so important. It's a very important part of you. It's basically the higher consciousness part of you. It's not, it has like a higher consciousness perspective. So you are in this world, you are in this 3D earth reality, very dense, very earthly, okay? But there is a higher perspective that can see things clearer. That's why we call it the source of truth. It's because it's basically the perspective is so high and neutral that it can be like the highest truth basically. Because there are a lot of perspectives. A lot of times when we're living in this reality, in this 3D reality, there are many perspectives, and that's why we don't know the truth. We don't know if this person is right or if this person is right. There are like a lot of opinions. But basically, what I mean with inner compass is that, and source of truth is that there is a higher truth that we all can basically come together for, okay? And this is the truth that you gain from listening to your intuition, okay? Intuition is also wisdom. It can be the wisdom that you have inside of you that's coming from your higher self. Intuition is also the connection that you have with the world around you and with your higher self. And your higher self is the non-physical version of you. It's the version of you that was originally connected to source. It's originally from where you came from. So you were source before you came into this world. You were source energy. You were light. That was your truth. That was your beginning. That's basically the baby you. It's a baby version of you. It's a light and source. But then when you decided to come into this world, the universe created you to look like a human being. And in truth, in reality, inside of you, you are light. Okay. And so coming into this world, you had to almost like not disconnect, but you had to like create your own stuff. Okay, that's why you have your own higher self. That's what I want to say, which is a non-physical version of you that knows your destiny. It knows your path. It knows what you're supposed to do in this world, and it knows your truth. Okay. And it knows, that's why it gives you guidance. Your higher self knows that because it can see from its perspective, its high perspective, it can see like the right path for you and the right guidance. Okay? What you truly need to know that can help you in your situation that you're going through right now. Okay? And by the way, your higher self is always sending you messages through your intuition. All the time. You will always have messages being felt in your intuition, but it's up to you to reconnect back into your intuition. It is really up to you. But is it always there? Yes, it's always there. Your intuition is aware of you. Your higher self is aware of you, and therefore it's always sending you messages in your intuition. Also, your spirit guides could be sending you messages in your intuition. Okay, that's why it's very important to listen. It helps you with your path. It helps you with your purpose, with doing what's best for you, with really aligning with the path that you're really meant for. okay? So let's talk about reasons why you could be disconnected from your intuition, okay? So reasons why you could disconnect, reasons that disconnect you from your intuition that you do is, one, not following what feels right to you. Not doing and not following what feels good to you. What do I mean with that? I'm not telling you that you should just do whatever feels good, like even if it's not good for you. Like eating fast food feels good, but does it mean it's good for you? No, but that's not really what I mean. I mean, if something that you're doing is not making you feel, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel aligned with who you are, with your truth, with who you actually are, it doesn't feel like it's the right thing for you, and if you get into the habit of not doing what you feel is right for you, it could really disconnect you from your intuition. Because the more you do things that are not in like full alignment with who you truly are, the more you do them, the more those things will not feel good. Okay? If you're doing something in your life, in your path, that doesn't feel good, like you don't feel passionate about it, it doesn't light you up, it doesn't make you feel, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel like the best thing that you've ever chosen to do. Okay? It feels boring, it feels hard, it feels like a struggle, it just doesn't feel right. Then it's not the right thing for you to do. Because what the universe truly, the gift that the universe truly gave you to do in this world as your purpose feels good to you. It gives you energy. It lights you up. It makes you feel amazing. It makes you your best self. If you're doing something but it's making you angry, sad, depressed, that's out of alignment. Okay? That's not in alignment with you. And if you get into the habit of not caring about your feelings, not caring about doing something that truly lifts you up, truly makes you feel good, that's where you disconnect from your intuition. Because your intuition is when something feels right, it's because it is right for you. If it feels like it's the best thing for you, if it feels right, it is right. It feels right for a reason. Okay? And I'm not talking about, like, really, if you're truly connected to your intuition, the things that are pleasurable, like temporarily, won't actually feel right. It wouldn't actually feel like the right thing. When I was reconnecting back into my intuition, eating things like fast food or like whatever food that's not healthy started feeling wrong. Okay? Even though it could be, it could like feel good. So I'm not really, I just want to like tell you that I'm not really talking about, I just want to like clarify that I'm not telling you to like do what feels good, which means that like you should just do something just because it's pleasurable in that moment. No, but I want you to feel into, does it feel right? Does it feel like the right thing to do? It's more about rightness than about feeling good. But what feels right actually feels good. That's the thing. When we do something that feels good, that feels right, we start to feel good about ourselves. It makes us feel good. So I'm also talking about your purpose, your life purpose. Like, let's say that actually there are things that you can do that it could be your purpose. It could really be your purpose, but you're misaligned. Okay, let me give you an example. And you're misaligned because you're not aligned with your intuition. You're not doing what feels right. Okay? Let me give you an example. So I'm going to give you an example of someone that, so they want to be a singer, and it's because they love to sing. Singing makes them happy. It lights them up. It feels like passionate. It feels like passion. It is truly like their passion. They truly want to do it for a living. They truly want to just do it for fun. They want to do it, okay? It feels like it's something they want to live for, okay? So that feels good and feels right at the same time, okay? Because it lights you up. It makes you feel amazing. But this same person, when they got famous, when they started like getting money and recognition, they basically switched a little bit into another path that was a little bit misaligned. So even though they're singing for other purposes. They're no longer singing for the joy of it because it makes them feel good. They started singing because they're competing with other people that are singers and they're trying to be better than them. So there was competition going on. So it's like they aligned from the pleasure, the simple experience of like simply enjoying something for the sake of enjoying it. They misaligned from that and they swung the other way, which is basically singing for money, singing to get more fame, to get more recognition, which made them not even have the passion to sing anymore the way they used to. It's not that enjoyable. And in this case, it's not because it's not right for them. If you're doing something that you used to be passionate about, but something happens and you just changed your perspective and you started doing it for other purposes, like fame or like pleasing people, making a name of yourself, just like not doing it for the reason that it makes you feel good, that could misalign you with that passion, with that the very thing, your gifts. It can really misalign you with your gifts. And when it doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It doesn't mean that you're in the wrong path, really. But it could mean that your focus is not aligned. Okay, you're not focused on your passion, your gifts, helping people. You're not focused on the right things, the things that truly feel good to you, truly feel right for you. What you're focused on is other things that are misaligned. And this is what really what causes you to be misaligned. Even if you are in the right path, you could be in the right path, but you could still be misaligned. And this is all because you're not connected to the feeling of what feels right. Because if you just reconnected back to the feeling of what is right for me, you will not feel that competing with other people is right. You will not feel like it's the right thing for you to do, because it feels hard, it feels bad, it feels depressing, it doesn't feel good, it's not enjoyable. You can feel that there's something wrong about it when someone starts to do something that they love for the sake of not the enjoyment of it, but for something else, for money or, like I said, fame, recognition, whatever it is. So it's very obvious you will be in a position where if you reconnect back to the feeling of what truly feels right for you, you will not do it because it doesn't feel right. And it doesn't feel good. It really doesn't feel good. It's not enjoyable. It's not fun. And anything that's not enjoyable and fun is actually not right. Okay? Your purpose and your passion, your gift is effortless. It's connected to the higher source. The higher source is positive. It's positive energy. It's light. It's bliss, actually. So if you don't feel bliss when you're doing what you're supposed to do in life, then you're a little bit misaligned. And that you probably need to, if it's really what you want to do, you probably need to just reconnect back to the purity of it. Instead of wanting to gain something out of it, reconnect back to the purity of doing it for the sake of being happy, for the fun of it, okay? That's what works. And that's what reconnecting back into your intuition feels like, okay? Okay. So, also, another reason why you might be disconnected from your intuition could be that you're not trusting yourself. So if you're someone that gaslights themselves, that tells themselves, oh, I'm overreacting, I'm not right, if you really disconnect from your intuition every time you don't trust yourself, because the universe is going to give you guidance. The universe is always going to give you ideas. The universe is going to tell you what's truly going on in your world, what is right, what is wrong. But if you distrust yourself, if you doubt that, then it's really gonna be decreasing. okay? Your intuition's voice is gonna be decreasing instead of increasing, okay? What I mean with this is the more you trust yourself, you trust your perspectives, your truth, whatever is coming up for you, whatever you trust your body. If your body feels uncomfortable, you trust your body. Whenever you trust whatever is coming up for you, the voice of intuition inside of you is gonna become louder and louder and louder. Okay? As I said, your intuition is the connection between you and your higher self. So what I mean with this is, what I really meant with your connection, your connection with your higher self, is because you can pick up on your higher self's perspective about your life. So you need your higher self's perspective. It is a higher consciousness perspective. It helps you, it gives you a better perspective, a wiser one, where you can take decisions the right way that really benefit you in a wise way. But if you don't listen to that perspective, to that guidance, if you don't listen to it, if you don't dig deeper and try to trust whatever is coming up for you, whatever you think is right for you to do and your truth, if you not trust it and doubt it, it's going to be hard for you to reconnect with it. It's just going to be very hard. It's not going to be easy for you to be in a position where you're just an intuitive person. So the difference between people that are intuitive and people that call themselves intuitive and that they know things and like they're very like intuitive and stuff, and people that are not intuitive, is because they trust themselves. That's the only difference. They trust what they feel, and so therefore they get more of that truth, more of that guidance. Okay, so just give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Literally just get into the habit of giving yourself the benefit of the doubt, of giving yourself literally, like, just, even if you make mistakes, a lot of times we don't want to trust ourselves because we're afraid that we're going to make a mistake. But it's okay. It's really okay if you make mistakes. Just be someone that trusts themselves. Be someone that doesn't invalidate their feelings all the time, doesn't always assume the worst about themselves, doesn't always assume that they're wrong. If you're saying, I'm overreacting, I am sensitive, my feelings are not okay, all these things that you're saying to yourself, it's going to block your intuition. The more you trust your feelings, the more you at least see them as valid, at least give them a chance to like express what they're expressing to you, the more you consider them and you give them a chance, okay, to express themselves, the more of that intuition and truth will start coming up, and you will know truth that you have inside of you. It's actually a feeling of it's literally like, it's a knowing, okay? This is what I mean to say. It's a knowing that's inside of you, and you know this within. But if you don't trust yourself, you're gonna doubt your knowing. There are a lot of knowings that you know about yourself, a lot of truths that seem very like obvious to you that actually you block from seeing because you doubt yourself. Doubting yourself constantly disconnects you from your intuition, okay? Also, because it is not a good vibration to be in if you want to connect to your intuition. As I said, your intuition is the highest consciousness part of you. So you can't really hear anything from that highest consciousness part of you if you are not in that vibration of that highest consciousness. So you need to be in the vibration of faith, be in the vibration of trust, be in the vibration of openness, be in the vibration of receiving that intuition, that guidance, okay? If you want it to come to you, when you trust and have faith, it comes through a thought that you have in your mind, through a feeling, through a vision, through, if you're clairaudience like me, you will hear stuff. you will hear it from, and the way you hear it, if you're a clairaudience, the way you get that intuition is like, it's like a voice. It is actually your voice, your own voice, but it will feel right, and it will feel like the right thing to do, the right thing to say. It will be very quiet. It will be like a whisper. That's actually your intuition being received as a clear audience way, in a clear audience way, okay? You can receive it through your feeling, by feeling something so strongly, but it won't be like, it won't be full of emotions, like heavy feelings, but it will be a feeling. There's like a difference between, there's like a difference between feelings and intuition. But the thing is, like, the funny thing is that intuition comes like a feeling. It is a feeling, but it is like a neutral feeling. This is how you to recognize your intuition. It is really a neutral feeling. It doesn't feel personal. When you get that intuition, when you get that truth, it doesn't feel related to any trauma. It doesn't feel related to any feeling that you have. Because if it is, then that's just a feeling. That's just a feeling from your ego, okay? But if you get a feeling about someone or about something, okay? And it couldn't contain, I'm not saying that it will always be good and high vibrational. It could actually contain feelings of like, because as I said, it is truth. So sometimes truth can be bad. It can hurt, okay? So like, but it always sets you free. So like what I mean is, it could be truth about someone, like, oh, this person is a liar, or this person is a cheater, right? Or this person is like stole something from you, whatever. So it could be a feeling like that, but it's not gonna be that attached to anything. You're just gonna feel like that's what it is. It's just gonna feel like truth. This is how to recognize it in your body. As I said, it is the connection that you have to the world. So if your intuition means that you're very connected to the world, that you can pick up on what's truly going on, okay? That you're not just in this body, you can pick up on what someone else thinks of you, what someone else's intentions of you are. Literally. That's how you know if someone is on your side or not, is your trust, your intuition about them. And you will feel it. It will come up, you will feel it. And if it comes up, it will come up as, like I said, like if it's the truth about someone, it will come up as, it will feel like you were being told something. Once you tune into someone else's energy, it will feel like, it's not necessarily going to feel personal, because if it's personal, then it could be just an assumption. It could be because you feel that way, that like, you know, because you feel that way, that you don't have to like believe it, right? It could be that you've assumed that they're hurting you, right? But like, just because you feel hurt, because a lot of times, just because we feel hurt, or just because we feel unheard or rejected, it doesn't mean that someone is actually rejecting us. It doesn't always mean that. But at times, it could mean that. That's why you need to listen to your intuition. And you need to believe your feelings in general, and to actually see them as valid, all of them. Like, the most important part here is that you know that like the difference between truth or intuition that's coming, like, and a feeling, okay? I'm gonna give you an example so that you can understand. Let's say that someone did something and it made you feel some kind of way, like rejected or sad or hurt, okay? And you started assuming that they did that thing so that they can like hurt you somehow, okay? But like, if it's that personal, if it feels like this, then sit with the feeling, okay? And first of all, take care of that feeling, like heal it, sit with it, make sure that you resolve it and you process it. But if you, after you have resolved that feeling, you still have a sense of that other person is bad, then they could actually be bad, okay? Is all I mean here is that I'm not saying like if someone hurt you, that like they didn't hurt you. Like if someone did hurt you, then yes, they did hurt you. I'm saying something you have assumed about someone, a feeling that's personal. First of all, I need you to sit with that feeling and heal it. And once you feel like you're back to your natural state, tune into the same situation. If you still feel the same way, the same truth is still coming up, that's truth. That's intuition. I just want to give you like the difference, because a lot of times we will feel, oh, I feel like this person is this. Oh, I feel this hate energy from them. Does it really mean they're hating me? Or can it be that I feel insecure? So first of all, you have to know if it's personal, and actually it could be both. It could be personal and truth, that they actually are hating you. So if you want to know this, as I said, if you sit with your feeling and you resolve it and you make yourself feel better and you heal this hatred that you feel that someone else is projecting on you, like if it really feels like discharged with like trauma, if you heal it and you like sit with it and you feel better about it, but you still feel like the other person is, you still feel like they have this hatred energy, then that's truth. That's intuition. Trust that. Okay, that's what it is. But if you heal it and you feel better and you feel like, oh, I don't feel like they hate me. I don't really think they hate me. If that's what you think, you're like, oh, I don't think they hate me. I don't feel like they hate me. I just was feeling like they hate me because I was intimidated or whatever, and it had something to do with my trauma. Like, yeah, that's how you get clear on it. Okay, that's a very important exercise to get clear on intuition. Okay, but intuition, it's the truth that you're connected to in the world around you and the perspective of source energy. And the source energy is going to give you that perspective from your feelings, okay? I'm talking about, it's going to be like a feeling, but you need to still sit with your feelings and heal them before you say that they're right, before you like take a decision according to your feelings. Let me give you an example. Another example will be, if you feel ashamed of yourself, does it mean that you're shameful? No, it can't mean that, okay? It doesn't mean that you're shameful. But if you sit with your feeling and you sit with your shame, the shame is going to give you messages and truth of why you were feeling shame. The real truth why you're feeling shame is because you didn't trust who you are, is because you let someone else's opinion define you. There are many other reasons why you feel shame. It doesn't mean that you are actually shameful. And so the more you sit with your feelings that are actually trauma, the more those feelings will transform into a higher consciousness, like because you're healing them, you're transmuting them and stuff. Because when you sit with a feeling, it transmutes and it starts rising up into a higher consciousness. Even shame rises up, okay? So when a feeling rises up, that feeling starts becoming intuition, and it will give you what's truly going on. Okay, I hope that this video helped you reconnect back to your intuition. I hope that you start trusting yourself and your intuition. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with people that want to learn to reconnect back to their intuition, okay? And I love you. I will see you in the next video.